Did you know that Abram once fought against 4 powerful kings and their armies, and won? With only 318 men and unshakable faith, based on Genesis 14:1 through 16. 4 ancient kings formed the most powerful military alliance of their time and launched a devastating war that would change everything. King Chedorlaomer of Elam, King Amraphel of Shinar, King Arioch of Ellasar, and King Tidal united their armies into an unstoppable force that had already conquered nation after nation for 12 brutal years. But 5 kings dared to rebel. The kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboiim, and Zoar had enough of paying tribute to these foreign rulers. They declared their independence and prepared for war in the Valley of Siddim, a place that would soon become a battlefield soaked in blood. What happened next was a military disaster. The Valley of Siddim was filled with tar pits, and when the battle began, it became a death trap. The kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fell into these pits during their desperate retreat. Their armies scattered, their cities were plundered. Everything they owned was taken as spoils of war. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Among the captives dragged away by the 4 kings was Lot, Abraham's nephew, along with all his possessions and family. Lot had chosen to live in Sodom because the land was prosperous, but now that choice had cost him everything. When a survivor reached Abraham with the devastating news, something remarkable happened. Abraham, who the Bible calls Abram at this time, immediately assembled his own private army. He gathered 318 trained men from his household, men who had been born in his service and were completely loyal to him. This wasn't just any rescue mission. Abraham was about to take on 4 kings who had just defeated 5 other kings. The odds were impossible. These weren't random raiders. They were professional armies led by seasoned military commanders who controlled vast territories. But Abraham had something they didn't have. He pursued them all the way to Dan, and under cover of darkness, he divided his forces and launched a surprise attack. The result was stunning. The 4 mighty kings were completely routed. Their armies fled in panic all the way to Hobah, north of Damascus. Abraham recovered everything, every person, every possession, every piece of treasure that had been taken from Sodom. When the king of Sodom offered Abram the recovered goods, Abram refused. "I will not take even a thread or a sandal strap," he said, "so that you may never say, 'I made Abram rich.'" This was no ordinary war. It was a battle between human pride and divine purpose.